non ci fare la pipì, e non ci fare la pipì, non ci fare. Dai, su, andate di là. Ti piacerebbe, eh?
suffering the waves till I drown. I really don't care, I will go anywhere. I just gotta get out of this town. 'Cause I see you in every corner, all the buildings and streets where your name. Go on, tell me I'm free to do as I please, but without you it's all the same. 'Tis a season to be